Welcome to the Lisbon Sessions with David Russell of New Frontiers, exploring the Portugal Golden Visa journey with leading experts across the industry. In this episode, David meets with Goncalo Mendes Leal of Lisbon law firm NSM.
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of the Lisbon Sessions with myself, David Russell from the New Frontiers Fund, one of the leading private equity funds to qualify investors for the Golden Visa. I'm joined by Goncalo from NSM Lawyers, one of the leading law firms assisting people with the Golden Visa. Goncalo, thanks for joining me.
Thank
here
you.
In your lovely, spacious Lisbon offices.
Thank you for being here. My
On
pleasure.
a nice, very spring-like day in February. I can't say the same for Scotland, where I flew in from.
I bet.
Goncalo, some law firms travel, some don't. Some are sort of hunkered down in Lisbon. You are a traveling law firm. You're international. You attend a lot of events, a lot of showcases. Where have you been recently? What have you heard regarding Golden Visa? Who have you spoken to? What's interesting?
So first of all, thank you for this moment. We've been in our strategy at NSM after COVID. We felt that it was important to go outside to meet the agents and the potential investors, so that we could bring the right message directly to them, because we felt that most of especially the agents, they were selling different products, and not always they had accurate information on the Portuguese program, especially with this continuous change that the program has had during the last years. So it was important to reach the market and to be able to access them directly. Specifically, we've been traveling to US. We found that the US market right now, it's been actually after COVID very interesting for.
So that's not necessarily predicated by the Trump presidency. That has been since COVID.
No, since COVID, the Americans they found the program and they found Portugal. We also understood that they were not organized as you have, like in Middle East, you have a lot of number of agencies that deal with them, that could sell them the product, the program, and the reality of the program. Again, not all good information, but in some cases they are more organized. In US, no, we were having clients that simply knock on our door when they were traveling and spending some holidays in Lisbon to try to understand it better. So we thought that going there, meet the agents, the wealth managers, the people from the industry could be interesting. And actually, we noticed that most of the agencies that exist were more focused on inbounding, so EB5 programs and things like that, and less focused, and they didn't understand the movement that was happening on their back on the outbound from America, from the Americans to Portugal, and especially to Portugal. So it has been a great experience, and it's delivering a lot of very good leads and very good opportunities since, I would say, 2021, 2022, it started, and right now they are at NSM the main applicants, the main clients, the main number of clients that we have per year. It's coming from America, and it's working very well. This logical of traveling and being part of the events, the road shows, and being close to the end clients.
And how, I mean, that's incredibly proactive, Goncalo. How are the people coming to understand about Golden Visa? How are they finding out about it? If I'm sitting in Dallas, Texas, I'm interested. Is it literally Google? Or are they talking to advisors? Are they talking to introducers? Are they talking to law firms? How are they channeling? How are these people finding Golden Visa?
I would say the American market totally. They Google it. They study a lot the program. I normally say to the team that typically they have almost as much as information as we have. Of course, that they have the capacity to learn very fast. They are financially educated, especially on this stage of the fund option. They are very, very directed and targeted to this kind of investments, even more than the prior option of the real estate, that they would felt a little bit more insecure in terms of options on the logical of the funds. They understand the funds from the first minute. They understand the logical of investment. They have this.
Yeah,
tools all over
Americans
all over
are
America,
born and raised with
the
investment
logical,
funds, so it's in their
for
DNA.
For them, it's very, very easy to understand. And I would say that they find the program in the blogs or websites, and that's where the interest on the program starts.
So a lot of Googling. So obviously setting up a YouTube channel that posts very interesting content is potentially a valuable thing, and that's obviously what we seek to do here: be opinion givers and try to be assisting or sort of helpful and educational with that. But it's incredible that obviously when maybe 10 years ago people would visit parts of Portugal, they wouldn't hear American accents. Now it's incredible. It's very interesting how Portugal has become incredibly popular with American
I would say that in the past we had a joke that we said that most of the Americans thought at that time that Portugal was part of Spain, and right now they totally understand that Portugal is an independent country that has very good quality of life, very good conditions to even relocate. I would say that it's not the major will of the investors, but they always have to have this connection to be sure that they will have great weather, great food, great conditions of living here, social security that works, medical health assistance, education. They can feel all this, and we know that these are some of the issues that they have in their own country. And now with this political instability, or at least polarization from this recent elections, they are fighting with that internally, and they want to create this as a plan B. I don't feel that most of the clients, they are actually relocating to Portugal.
Understood.
But they want to have the bridge. They want to have this opportunity. For them, it's easy. They have the financial capacity. They understand the vehicle of investment. So for them, it's quite a good option.
And in terms of, I was speaking on our one of the previous Lisbon sessions, and one of the gentlemen was saying that which is very valuable for New Frontiers as a renewable energy fund, but a lot of people are looking at those pillars of Portugal. So it's not an investment that's in very, so to speak, Portuguese in essence, as in renewable energy, agriculture, possibly hospitality as well. I think there's something quite interesting in people being attracted to that, not necessarily just a generic form of investment that people are choosing. What's your experience, Goncalo, in that perspective?
I would say that the typical investor for Golden Visa, and namely the ones that are coming from US, they are not looking for a big investment with a big result from this investment. They are conservative from that perspective. They understand that the fund market in Portugal it's new. It's green from that perspective, that it's new, and so they are looking for security, in a sense that they want to invest in something that they can relate, that their profile as investor can be called to the table, so they can feel some relation with the investment itself. But in the same way, they don't expect to have big earnings or a big profit out of it. So typically they are going for, it's more like a sentimental choice than a financial investment choice. They want to have the security that at the end of year 5 or 6 they will have the initial investment there, and that the returns could cover the costs of the program. I think that's, generally speaking, that's what they are seeking.
Makes sense.
They don't want to have
shoot the lights out, as we
they
say,
know that that's not the market, and we know too, both of us know that this is not the market where you can have a profit of 10 or 12%. You are aiming always to very small returns, but on the other hand, they are safe. They are connected with something that the clients could relate from the perspective of investment, and that's where they are focusing right now.
Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to myself, David Russell from New Frontiers, Goncalo from NSM Law Firm. Just before we wrap up, Goncalo, as a traveling international law firm, we've talked about the American angle. Loads of American clients are applying for the Golden Visa. I think we're very blessed from our side as a renewable energy fund that American investors are very savvy with renewable energy investments as well. We've certainly got a lot of American investors in the fund. Any other interesting trips that you've been on? Any other demographic or nationality apart from Americans at the moment that's really looking at Portugal?
Yeah, we are also focusing on the Middle East and especially China. So
Okay.
from the Asian side, there is a very good market there that needs to be work in a sense that before they were the number in terms of number of investors, they were the biggest investors in the program when the program was more focused on real estate, and when they didn't have internal political questions that could affect this movement of capitals. After COVID, they were in a way trapped inside of, especially in China, because they took more time to exit COVID and to be again open to the world. And so we started back in 2023 doing this events in Shanghai and Beijing, and other cities. I would say small cities, but it's not small compared to Portugal, but small in the logical and the dimension of China. And it's a different market. It's you have to go through the process in a very educated sense. So they need to understand the logical of the investment in the funds, the logical of the fund market in Portugal. It's not, I would say that they are not as prepared as what we mentioned before, the American market. But we feel clearly that there is again traction from the Chinese market, and for NSM it's a market that is interesting, and we are creating very good deals from that side of the world.
Well, I tell you what, Goncalo, well done, and best of luck with it, because you deserve all the success you get with all these travels. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Goncalo and myself, Goncalo from NSM. We'll pop Goncalo's details up at the end as well. You're watching David Russell, another episode of the Lisbon Sessions, here from a beautiful sunny Lisbon in late February. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.